life started today I thought could be my last. Delta Goodrem, there's so much there in that opening line of your single, isn't there?
That's right, Barry. I was really thinking, how did I want to introduce myself again with this song, and I felt I had to confront a few things, and I had to say what I was feeling at that time, and that was the best way to say, you know what, it's a new beginning and a new chapter of my life, and getting positive from there.
Obviously a very exciting chapter too. It's good to have you back and be talking about a wonderful new album. We're going to get to more of that later on, but
yes.
We met just before your 18th birthday. You just released Born to Try,
yes.
And that quickly became a very special song. In fact, on December 2, 2002, Born to Try hit #1.
That's right.
And I don't know if you remember, but it knocked off the Ketchup song.
I do remember that. Actually, my best girlfriend got me the CD of the Ketchup song, and she got me the Eminem song as well, to say that I could always remember who I knocked off #1 when we went to #1.
Well, let's go back and have a listen to Born to Try.
One on One with Delta Goodrem. Thanks to BigPondMusic.com.
Track of Delta's great new album. Now, Delta, tell us the story behind the song and why you called the album Mistaken Identity.
Well, Mistaken Identity was this, I don't know where it came from, but it was this title I came up with a music piece. So that I'd written that whole music piece of Mistaken Identity, the one that you hear just then, and I don't know why, I just sort of thought that my identity changed and everything sort of changed inside me, and I really felt I needed to talk about that. So it's saying that you're exactly the same person, but sometimes things change, and you have to really grow with that and learn. And the whole words are pretty self-explanatory, but it's definitely by far it's my personal favourite on the album.
Is it hard for you knowing that people are going to be listening to every word on this album very, very carefully, knowing what you've been through and the fact that it is kind of autobiographical? Any writer, it has to be. Are you careful about what you say, about how much of you reveal?
You know what? At some point, you think, do I be careful, and do I put a sheet in front of this and make sure that I censor it and make sure that it's not giving away too much or anything? But I kind of thought, you know what? No, because there's no reason to do that. And on this album, it's that next stage of showing other colours from you. I mean, everyone has lots of different colours that they show, and I think this album's just another colour that you get to see that maybe reflects this whole last this year that I've had, and I had to put that into the songs.
This is Barry Bissell, one-on-one with Delta Goodrem, thanks to BigPondMusic.com. And coming up, Delta will talk more about her cancer battle and tell us why this song meant so much to her.
Amazing, dedicated, loving, wonderful fans in the whole world, I think.
Barry Bissell talks to Delta Goodrem. One-on-one. Thanks to BigPondMusic.com. Click, buy and burn now.
Now, Delta, you recently made the biggest Neighbours comeback since Harold. You were back for a week as Nina.
Yes,
what was it like
since Harold.
What was it like coming back to Ramsay Street?
He came back. It was fantastic because I really wanted to see all my castmates, and we got to go back, and Nina came back from Bollywood, and she was still in love with Jack, and she basically wants to go back and live overseas, but I can't wait to go back again, so it was good fun.
Way to go. I know you got a lot of great support during your battle with cancer, lots of letters and phone calls, including some very special ones from Olivia Newton-John and Elton John.
Yes, that's right.
Tell us about those.
Elton John called me up and said, on behalf of Britain, I'd like to say, we're all thinking of you. And I was just like, thank you. Olivia was beautiful. She sent me an email, and there was lots of people. But even like these letters that I'd find from people sending them in, just saying, you know what, I've gone through the same thing, or that we really wish you well. That was really touching. So I was very honoured.
And some music kept you going too, including the album My Private Nation by American band Train. Now tell us why that album, and particularly Calling All Angels, meant so much to you.
I just sort of grabbed onto it and went, I love this song, Calling All Angels, and we know that I always ask my angels to look out for me, please help me out. And Pat Monahan, who's from Train, he completely out of nowhere, he walks up to me, we were at a function, he walks up and goes, Delta, and I'm thinking, Pat, and I've listened to your song so many times in this past. And I was like, hi, I'm Delta. And he just said, oh, you know, we've got cousins in Australia and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, well, I have to say thank you so much. And because I wanted to track him down and say thank you, but it was really strange. He tracked me down and said hello, and we ended up writing a song together.
Will we get to hear that?
No, not today.
Okay, maybe down the track.
Down the track.
Here it is, Train, Calling All Angels. 5th #1 single from Delta's debut album, Innocent Eyes, and that's been a record-breaking 27 weeks at #1 on the charts.
Yes, that's right.
Pretty amazing, isn't it?
Predictable. I had a funny call the other day, and it was somebody prank called my phone. They called up and said, hi, is this Delta Goodrem? And I said, no, sorry, you've got the wrong number. They said, oh, you're just so predictable. And they hung up on me. I thought, oh, no. I was trying to go. I was like, no. Couldn't do anything.
Barry Bissell, one-on-one with Delta Goodrem. Now, Delta, back in the 70s, before you were born,
yes,
Bruce Springsteen had some dramas with his manager, which meant he wasn't able to record for a couple of years. And when he returned, he had a song called Something in the Night, which included the lines, you're born with nothing and better off that way. As soon as you've got something, they send someone to try and take it away. Can you relate to that?
I think lots of people can relate to that. I mean, there's been a lot of people trying to come into the picture again and trying to take things when I go, you know what, this is ridiculous, and I work really hard for this, but then you go, well, you just got to understand it as part and parcel with the job, and I guess that sometimes these things happen, and it's a good line.
Doesn't make it any easier, though, does it?
Of course it doesn't, and sometimes we wish things would be easy, but they're not, so we've just got to deal with them the best way we know how and step over the next hurdle.
Well, first you've got the release of your second album to deal with, Mistaken Identity, and here's a preview of another track from the album. Tell us about the song Be Strong. It's probably self-explanatory in its title, is it?
Absolutely. This song was really strong in the fact that I felt that I was writing it about somebody who I'd seen go through a lot of treatment and really was inspired by this person, and I just felt I had to write a song to say to her, you know, when you're in your darkest hour and all the light just fades away, just hang on and be strong.
Let's have a listen. Here it is, Delta Goodrem, Be Strong.